YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, welcome to another Zendikar Rising best of 3 traditional draft with Travis Semulin Sowers. If you would like to see the drafting action live, you could find it at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. This pack leaves us some options. So I think there are several first pickable cards here, including but not limited to Yasharon, Low Mage's Domination, and Bubble Snare, with maybe a nod towards the captain, and I think everybody's figured out how much I like Reclaim the Wastes. Pig Club is a fair argument, and we've had some good landfall decks. We've had some really good landfall decks, but I really like Low Mage's Domination. The pig does not help you in multicolor. You would think it does, but it gets a plains and a forest. So really what it helps you with is landfall, which is not bad. But I think I like the Low Mage's Domination. This is a 2-for-1 that you've got to work for. But I'm not as scared to commit to blue because I like the blue colors anyway. But I could respect any of those picks. Now here's the decision point. We can stay blue and take a Geyser Mage. Be pretty happy. We can take a Mystic and speculate. Or we can take a Thundering Rebuke. If I pass the Thundering Rebuke, we may be signaling to our neighbor that red's open, and it would make me sad. It would make me real sad. Take Rebuke, wheel Mystic. I'm not wheeling the Mystic. Somebody's going to take it and think the same thing here. I don't love blue-red wizards, but notice this is not necessarily putting us in blue-red wizards. Like, this is very splashable. But I think Rebuke is the sane pick here. I'm just lamenting that I have to pass the Mystic as well. We don't need to play this Domination. We could get into something else. But if I've got a Domination and a Royal Mage, I'm going to go. I like this card, but the decks that I have put it in have not been winning. So I think if this was a 1-3 for a 2 and a blue, it would be better. A lot better. I think if it was a 1-1 for 1 and a blue, it'd be absurd. I think the 4 mana is just cost prohibitive here. But every deck I have wants as many Royal Mages as I can get. Yeah, it needs to be in the Rogue deck. It needs to be in the Rogue deck, and that's probably why it's costed where it is. Because I keep trying to make it work in green-based decks, and it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Might wheel if nobody else is in blue-red. It might. Might not. Spoils of Adventure I'm not opposed to. I've done some blue-white party decks, and they're not that hard to put together. The rest of this pack is basically mono garbage. It seems a little early for there to be nothing exciting here, but this is the best card here, so we'll take it. We had a really good blue-white party deck earlier. Yeah, I think that's easily the pick, because the rest of the pack is just not very good. They got the whole party. There's a rogue, warrior. I guess the core dude is the cleric, and a merfolk wizard. They're so happy they got their loot. Oh. So this one's drying up a bit and leaving me with aesthetic, which I like quite a bit. But I haven't really seen any indication that green's open. We could take the rider and maybe be in like a blue-red deck. We could also consider Chilling Trap, but I don't really have enough wizards to get that going. I don't think it really goes in any of the decks that we're looking to play. I think I'm just going to take a mediocre rider and see where this goes. It's hard to argue with a 4-3. And it's hard to argue with the Pack Beast. I think this could go into multiple decks. We're again seeing decent playable white cards. Mega Party. Nice. Because I can kind of play this wherever. So we've got that going. And then randomly black cards. Did I get seduced by blue and I'm really supposed to be playing black-red party? Because it's kind of starting to look like it. Well, the signals are a mess kind of because there is the deck that I've been playing, the green play everything. So you just don't see like really good bombs in those colors going around. I'm going to take this. I wouldn't be opposed to playing it in blue-white. But we've really got to figure out where we're going here. Because right now I've just kind of got a messy pile of cards. Draft format seems sus a bit, a bit. I think both of the decks I'm thinking about getting into would include the Pack Beast. Because I'm kind of thinking blue-white party or black-red party. So I think if my 2-drops are Pack Beasts, we're pretty happy with that. I don't think it's too late for the Pack Beast. I don't think the Pack Beast's that amazing, but like every deck will play it. Not every deck is like, oh my god, we got to get one. But like we need to see something like, I don't know, a Bug Catcher for me to get sort of interested in this. Most of the cards that make blue-white party function are rare. Like I had a deck with the Rogue and Linvala, and that was pretty good. Duh. Yeah, they give us playables to move into other directions if we need to. We haven't really seen good red. We've seen playable black, but that may just be that there were better options in those packs. Because it kind of feels like the only thing I know I'm not right now is green, which is not somewhere I'm used to being. But if we get into blue party, we can play a Cleric of the Chill Depths. And none of these are particularly impressing me, but a negate in the sideboard's fine. Splash everything off of a Pack Beast? Probably not for me. This guy's playable. So it might just be default blue-white party because those are the cards that I'm getting. Like I kind of don't have anything better to do right now. I found that the blue-white party decks work better when they're aggressively slanted. But no, we're not even wheeling the 7/5 artifacts, which is kind of your common payoff for doing party things. It's 6-pack beast for all the colors. Seems like a plan. If somehow we pivot into red-black party, which I don't think is likely, we don't have enough cards for it, we could play this. I don't think I would want a pressure point. And I'm probably going to see another one whether I want it or not. All right, so here's a bit of a decision point for us because Emiria Captain is like a payoff for blue-white party, and it's not a bad one. Yeah, full party needs 4 characters. This is 1 character in your party. Like, I feel like this is enough of a reason, given the pile we already have, to go for this. So I think this is going to put me in blue-white party, and then something may shift me off of it, but I just don't have anything else going on. We'll see where it goes. This is a 4-drop, yeah. Okay, there's some really good cards here that kind of aren't for what I'm trying to do. I can't really be like Jeskai Party. There's just not the fixing for it. But like all of a sudden, Thundering Rebuke, Scorch Rider, and Gomafata Vanguard is a pretty good start for a deck. I guess we could potentially pivot into White-Red Warriors. It feels like I'm losing a lot of power by doing that. That's one of the reasons I like just kind of forcing the green deck, because I don't have to really worry about what else we're doing. I mean, I don't have any 3-drops. I could take the Raptor. Well, the thing is, if I took the red, I'd probably be pairing it with white. I think we just take the Raptor and nestle into our lane here, unless I see something to really put me off of it. Our deck will be able to use Practice Tactics as a legitimate removal spell. Black is starting to look better here. We could probably play this Disruption too, but I think we found our lane. We just get in it and make it work. Yeah, nobody else is interested in this, which is a good sign. I don't know that I really want to, but maybe we find out. Let's find out. Let's really focus on getting party done and try to ignore these animals if we can. Because I've got a warrior, a cleric, 2 pack beast, another warrior, and a wizard. If this is my payoff, I'll give it a try. We're going to assemble our adventuring party. And then we will receive the spoils of adventure. But I feel like with the drafts where I've tried to find an archetype, if there's somebody doing the 4-color green nonsense, it can get very difficult. There's not even a card for us here. Good grief. This is terrifying. So I've got a cycling card, which I definitely don't need. A combat trick, which I don't need. And then all this red. Yeah, I guess if I'm going to try to find a pile of playable cards, I'm going to have to play red. I'm just not quite sure how to adjust that. All right, let's see if the red comes back out of here. It doesn't have to now, because I can just take this Diviner and be pretty happy. I don't need a field research. And now all of a sudden black cards. What the heck? Kite Sail can be solid, but not in this deck. I'm confused. I'm really confused. Because I need party tags and I'm not getting them. Like, I can play an Ox. I can play a Sentinel. God, how did... We haven't seen any Nahiri's bindings either. All right, so what does it look like if we're playing red instead? I can play an ACOG at least. And maybe I'm going to try to splash one of those. I mean, this looks better. This looks significantly better. It's just red-blue party isn't a deck, and I'm short playables. But then there's this. And dude, go ahead, try it. I'll take a grasp here. Maybe we can make this work. I just don't understand why we're missing all of these party cards. I'm going to have to play these cards just to get to playables. I hope I don't have to play that, but I might. What a weird draft. It's a good rare to open. So we can take our 3rd pack beast. Which will be fine. It's going to let us draw a lot of cards. It's just we're going to be drawing more pack beasts. What an unexciting first pick. Pack 3 pivot. Yeah, we've got this Disciple, so it's going to be fine. We'll just pivot into blue, black, not rogues. I think the actual pick here is the Duelist. Because these guys suck and they're not doing anything. Unless I'm using this as a combat trick to get them through. Yeah, we're not playing green in this one, which I'm beginning to feel like might have been a mistake. So there's another Royal Mage, a Seagate Colossus, and a Siraj Shelter, and I want literally all of this. But I think the Royal Mage is the most important. Because buying back Tactics, Grasp, or Domination is probably how we're winning this game. We're kind of like bad blue-white flyers, which means we're jamming this Living Tempest too as our top end. So here I've got a Bane Veil, which can be a decent combat trick for a deck like this. And we've got enough creatures, so I should probably grab that. There's no excuse not to have a decent Spland. Shepherd of Heroes is the closest thing to a reason to be playing this party deck that I've seen. Which sucks because I think we got to take it over this wizard. All right, and we get a rogue that is going to be a pretty decent here. I could see finishing games with that too, because we should be able to get this to 1 mana unblockable +1/+0. So we got a deck. This is not as good as the black-white or blue-white party deck I had before. Finally, we get one binding. And I think this is probably what we're looking at playing. How many spoils? I don't think I want 3, right? I think 2 is pushing it. I've got room for 1 more card. It could be a Resolute Strike or a Duelist. I think if it's a Duelist, I can make that work. Well, I feel like I've already got 4 copies of it, sort of. You know what I mean? All right, so last card is going to be Field Research or Farsight Adept. I feel like Farsight Adept is filling a curve and giving me an additional wizard. I shouldn't need Field Research with 2 of these. But I feel like I could pretty consistently cast this 1 spoils at least. We could have Smite for the size board. We could main deck that over Glacial Grasp, but I've been pretty happy with it in the size board. Sure. Saruman was a white wizard. What do you mean the top 10? You mean number 1? Obviously. For those watching on YouTube, Glacial Grasp was my preview card for the set. Which is fun. We put it up on stream. I covered up the card with cats and then slowly removed the cat images. After this, I'm going to firm up our Among Us group for a little later tonight. So far, we have me, the Mana Leak, Rocket Meeple, Sean, Jamie, John, and Leo Loom. But I'd like about 4 more. All right, we got a deck. We got a deck. I don't know that it's amazing. But it is a deck of magical cards that we could play. You know what? I never use these sleeves when I actually play an Azorius deck, so I probably should. Dave is number 1. Fair, fair. I think I'm okay main decking this. Are we ready for this battle? This is a boss fight. I should not fire that early. I can play with my Gruul Jazz Elemental while they think about if they want to go first. Okay, this is fine. We've got a pair of 2/2 flyers. Ideally, they don't have a 2-drop and then try for a 3. That's awkward. I'm going to try to get an ACOG off this turn and then Pack Beast into Captain. We're streaming it tonight. Because the awkward part is I really can't block with the Pack Beast. Although, this means I can just trade off this Raptor pretty happily, get 2 party members next turn, and then make a Giant Angel. So let's try that. We may not have the opportunity for this, but we'll see. I'd really like to just take 5 here if I can. Play the big flyer. I guess I can trade this off because it's not helping. So I could block the 3-2 with this. But I'd really like this Pack Beast to live. I guess either one of them can live. It doesn't matter. They're both 2-1s. Yeah, this is fine. Crap. Well, not ideal, but we take it. This is where we're at. I'd rather have had the Pack Beast live. But I don't think I'm supposed to just take that much damage. Maybe I was. We kind of got him out of action at least. Ugh. I'm doing this now so I can draw the card. There's a lot of stuff we could just play here. I think I want to trade these off now if they'll let me. Because they probably got something to play there. If they don't, I'll just take the 2. But I can dominate this next turn if they don't take it. Very treacherous. Nice, Techno. I hope you get a good one. What do we need here? Low Mage. That's got to be it, right? I guess I could go with Glacial Grasp. How close to dead are they? If I Glacial Grasp this and then swing face, they have to block. Yeah, that works nicely. All right. So aggressive deck is aggressive. It's not quite lethal with the Sorcerer, but it puts them in a spot where they're not really going to win. I don't need Smite. I kind of want to cut an expensive drop for another Duelist, just so we have as much possible action in the early game against somebody who's trying to be aggressive. They could have some very scary draws. And the most we can do to dodge those, the better. That thing is terrifying. Like, absolutely terrifying. I will need to find a pacifism to deal with it eventually. All right, let's play something that can block other things well, and then potentially Raptor into Grasp. We're going to have to save this ACOG, because that's just going to hit us for 3 for a bit, and there's not much I can do about it. My one answer to that is a Nahiri's Binding. Or to close the game out before its buyback is relevant, but... Okay, we got our answer to it. That's good. If I can keep the Pack Beast alive for a turn, we can just bind it. Neat. I guess having the extra mana up doesn't really do anything, but this does need to be bound, and I'm concerned about our little Pack Beast buddy. Because I think he's going to have a hard time here. Oh, God, that's the worst. That's literally the worst. Game over, man! I think I'm supposed to just tap this down, hope they cast something else, and then I draw Spoils of Adventure. It's not going to work. None of this is going to work. Like, Spoils just doesn't gain me enough. And I can't counter that. I can counter that, but this is still not solving my problems. Yeah, this is 3 life, so gaining 3 is not going to be enough here. Next game. I was correct in thinking that we needed a lot of stuff for early game, but siding in more X1s may not be the way. Because that sorcerer is just destroying me. And I got squat for it. Literal squat. All right. Yeah, the sorcerer could do shenanigans to get rid of the shade too. Like, that was just an unbeatable draw for our deck. This one I might be able to do something with. On the play, at least. Wow. That's very aggro. Like, absurdly aggro. Do I just jam this mage out? I think I do. I need the blockers. And I don't have anything to get back when I kick it. I'm in danger. That sorcerer is going to be a beating. This is 6. It could be 8, but it doesn't matter. Next turn I can attack with basically everything. I think this is a pretty fair trade, but my life total is looking great. This ought to be just fine. Looks like it was. Spoils of Adventure. 2 mana, draw a bunch of cards. Seems nice. All right, let's fight a Piter boss. The Pack Beast kind of was the MVP that game, not going to lie. Him was very good. Shelob not so scary here. I think, yeah, she's dead. That poor little flag bearer up here just got ranched. We got a spider nest over here, and then this entire force will turn on what's left, and we should be fine. So while I may have lost many Magic games for the YouTube videos, I don't think we've actually lost a Stream Raiders game while I was recording for the YouTubes. Which is good news. Stream Raider Pro, me. I'm kind of tickled we at least went around with that deck. I don't think it's particularly good, but it's working. I guess 2 mana, draw 3 cards, gain 3 life is pretty busted by today's standards. All right, we got there. Jimmy with the kills, Silence with the assists, a captain's chest for ye all, extra gold for EX, scrolls for Brad, Falco, David, and Silence. And we're almost done with Odyssey. All right, so this will take us to the blue chest, so I want to go that way. That's the good stuff. And I'll collect the stuff when we're not doing the YouTube things. Boop. All right. Yeah. Prizes. I want to play the Magic. We'll look at prizes later. Ancestral and Healing Salve stapled together makes a good card, yeah. Kind of do. It kind of do. All right, we will go first. We'll kind of curve out, sort of, with our 1-2. I mean, every strong Stream Raiders team needs a flag bearer, right? Yeah, how are you going to get the assist without the flag bearer? A couple more lands would be nice. Thank you. So I could play this, get in for 3, and then get a slightly bigger thing next turn, but I think a 3/3 flyer is just good enough. If they're going to attack me with this, aren't I happy about that? Well, that's assuming I draw a land next turn, which I might not. Maybe this is the right call. Because I think we're just racing here. Dang it, we're not just racing. Not like that, we're not. They do have a lot of eggs in that basket. So 2 islands in a row, we might be talking. This is probably going to prevent me some damage. Oh, good lord. Never mind, we're just going to die. That is a very relevant elephant. One more island, though. We could be doing things. I'm going to chump it and play around another combat trick. Because if I can top deck an island, we may still get to play Magic. That's a start. Already got a warrior. What the fudge? We were supposed to hit an island there. You guys saw that was the plan, right? We were going to draw an island. And then we didn't. Why not grasp it on an upkeep before the draw? I mean, why grasp it on upkeep before the draw? Why not do it on my turn and see what I draw? Like there's a lot of timing we could have taken different routes there. That inscription is going to be pretty good. So we can indeed steal their dude, but that is no longer good enough. We need to be able to survive a turn and then steal a dude after they have punched us in the face with all the things. So we're in a serious mood to chump block here. Chumpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Chumpty Dumpty got wrecked. Okay, so they can put 2 counters on that Sproutling. I can keep this tapped. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what we could do then is this. No, not like that. Stop dancing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could put literally all of these on this and chump here. That buys us a lot of time. It doesn't play around a combat trick, but I'm dead to a combat trick. I'm not winning a game where they have a combat trick. So let's not worry about a combat trick. Because anything that they could cast on this dude to like save it would just kill me. Like they can do it here, obviously, and get me. Like we know they have the inscription, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. Green. It was difficult to tell what was open here. That would have been nice a while ago. So I can take a 3-drop, it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, if they just move this over and have a land, I'm kind of dead, but I'm not, it is not within me to give up. Okay, okay. Well, there's 8 now. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I think we're going to be interested in bringing in the smite for this opponent, which is really the only option we have. And it doesn't feel like the duelist is actually interacting favorably here. Like, they don't really have little stuff for us to do things with there. So we probably want to trim him out. I think the Banneret still has a spot. That's probably all I've got. So let's see what we can do with it. That has to have been a good draw for them. Pardon me. So I have to believe that that was one of their better draws and one of our worst, and maybe we can compete otherwise, right? All right, this hand just needs lands. We get lands, we're in business. Man, I'm so jealous. They're fetching lands and I'm playing 2/1s. That should be no problem for us, right? No problem at all. I needed to attack there, didn't I? I think I may need to. Whispering Death just bought a Semulin Rogue on Stream Raiders. Thank you very much, Death. Y'all spam some cats for Whispering Death. Much appreciated. If this had a party tag, I could just kill that Baloth, but it doesn't. And I actually needed them to block. And now it's even more awkward because I think I need to play out the captain. This means technically I can chump with the Tazim Raptor and have practice tactics up for the next round. But I am not confident of our abilities here. Those Baloths are just too big. Killing this would probably cinch it. Oh man, this is the worst, right? Like I can play the Shepherd, but it's going to force me into starting to block things. So I need one more mana a turn or two earlier. But I guess we take this and try to block. I'm terrified because we know they have combat tricks. And if I practice, if I throw these in front of here, it gets even worse because then the practice tactics won't kill anything relevant. I think our best draw would be another land. Maybe they don't have lands or spells. I suppose that's possible. But we're kind of past the point where we can do anything other than cross our fingers and hope that these blocks work, and they're not going to. I know they have a combat trick. There's no way they don't. But I'm just not able to play around anything else. That worked? Okay. That makes us only mostly dead. It's not great when you have to chomp nearly every round. Grief. I'm in danger. Well, we've passed beyond danger and into the realm of the dead. I will haunt you. Naya Landfall deck. Man, they killed me too fast for us to even fire off Stream Raiders. That's rough. I'm getting a little hungies. I'm thinking after I finish this draft, I will get the hungies going. But I want to see if we can scrape a 2-1 out of this for the YouTubes. Yeah, I found some hungies too. Fried rice is pretty good. We have adult Lunchables, aka charcuterie. This is not pretty. Where are we about to eat at? I'm going to want the lands with this low mage, so we may as well play these out. What if this was 2 plus 1 for each party member? How much better would that card be if it could just always be Slash of Talons? Because managing your party to make this do something has been incredibly difficult. That said, we may happily use it here to kill a squid. Just because I don't really have any other way to interact with it currently. They could get a 2-for-1 if they vanquish the weakness in response. But then I just get to eat my Lunchables sooner, so realistically, that's not that bad. It's important to keep things in perspective. You put the stacks on a piece of wood because you're too lazy for dishes? Maybe. A geezer mage, eh? We got a pack beast for you. I don't know that having charcuterie counts as abandoning the proletariat, no. Major band geek. It's quite acceptable. So you gonna race me? All right. Let's sail away. Oh, you gonna race me because you got clerical aspirations. I can still attack here and bait them into attacking. Because the easiest block for them is here. I don't think I want to trade with that. I think I want to race it. Maybe racing's out of the equation. We can almost borrow it. This should be a free attack. I'm worried about the block now. Now all of a sudden I am interested in blocking it, but they're just going to move that over to the Baloth. Afternoon, Sicilian. I wish I knew if there was a land on top or not. But I don't, and that has me concerned. Pixies? If there's a land on top, I think we can get back in this. If there's not, we may be in trouble. But I can't block the Baloth, so the only thing I can do is try to race it. This isn't even really good racing. I suppose with the advantage we have going for us is that we've got most of a full party and life gain to draw in the deck. And I don't think this is going to get better than prevent 12 damage. We're kind of in danger now. I'm in danger. I'm ready to begin blocking. Okay, that is at least the land we needed. They move this over here, though, and we're in a little bit of trouble. I wish we had a disenchant. That would be really handy. I hope they don't have a trick. I'm so dead if they have a trick. It may be main deckable. Main board and side deck. But I think it's reasonable to play a disenchant. Most decks seem to have something that it can hit. Now, Broken Wings, I think I'm very happy to main deck. Okay, that's not the worst. We got a 1-for-1 out of that. Well, I can take a 5-drop. I guess we take a 5-drop then. And look to die to a flying Baloth, basically. What advantage does this have over a Cleric of the Chill Depths, which I could also easily afford? Yoinks! Hey, as long as they don't see that line, it means we got a little bit of time left to play the video game. And we've assembled a full party. We've done it. This is our tank, a 1-2, which is a great stat line for a tank. We've got a 5-6 healer, all carp. They saw the way. They have deciphered the scrolls. They knows our secrets. All right. Only one way to go out then. Hiya! I might could erase that. It's possible they forget to, maybe they'll forget to a butt. Well said. So we're going to want smite. We've determined this. Duelist may still have uses. I don't really have a way to interact with that. I have a way to draw a bunch of cards if we can find them. Duelist can, well, this cleric can kind of beat it. It's not, well, yeah, chumping 12 damage is not what I need my cards to do. If I'm playing a card with the idea that it chumps well, like that's a problem. That's a problem. Oh god, not like this. Okay. We have the ability to recover from this start. Because I can sort of cycle through this and do something. And this is how it would start. So I've at least got a cantrip here. Maybe prevent damage cantrip. All right. Drawing Spoils of Adventure right when we need it. Yeah, the blue-white party deck from the other day was way better. That had a reason to be blue-white party. This is kind of a deck that just never really found a reason to be playing any particular color. Yeah. Linvala was very good in that deck. We did the thing that she does, like multiple times. This kind of awkward. Oh, you ready for a big brain play? I'm convinced they're going to play something I can get with the smite. I'm convinced. Because if they don't Royal Mage this and get me, it's going to blow my mind. So at least I can not take the 5. We know they've got at least 2 Balos. They should play something here that I can smite. If they don't, I'm going to feel pretty stupid. This was their plan. This was their plan the whole time. What does attacking a 3-4 into an 0-5 do? I guess make them scared? Oh man, I have been so worked. They ate an entire turn. Oh, it was tapped. You're right, I missed it, Atomaniac. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how we're going to make this deck work, and I completely missed it. I'm also beginning to think about Lunchables. Because at a certain point, you get hungry. Dinnerables? Supperables? Anytimeables? But yeah, I missed 3 points of damage. I didn't even notice it. I think I forgot this has vigilance. Thank you, darling. This is the best Cliff Claving Kite Sail I've ever seen. Now they draw something we can smite. This is beginning to get too far behind us. We're down to 20. I mean, it is. It fixes the life problem, but they've still drawn 2 cards off of this after we mulliganed, right? So, like, we're 3 cards behind them now. Imagine if they have 2 cards in hand, what this board looks like. It looks pretty good, but we don't. And instead, we're going to take a lot. And not really much I can do about it. Because our board is just pathetic. I have to hit lands to keep playing. Which was a pipe dream. There were never going to be lands. The real lands were not inside us all along. Choose pie. Or the lands were inside us. Fair. That was fate. Quicker Lunchables. I said again. There's really no losing play here. If I get to eat Lunchables sooner, I will be a happy boy. The only downside is our opponent taking so long to think about it, because it's preventing me from Lunchables and making me believe that there's hope in this game that I'm losing. All right, we chump. We're not happy to chump, but chump we must. All right, let's at least stop the dying. Campbell, thank you for the raid, my man. Appreciate y'all coming to hang out. Y'all spam some cats for Campbell. If you have not checked him out, Campbell is a variety streamer that I like a good deal. Have you tried the Lunchable Squeeze bottle? I have not. Stream Raiders is good, dude. Do you do that on your stream? We're waiting for a battle to start if my opponent can ever finish what they're up to over here. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to kill me, but... That's awesome, dude. It's great for discoverability too. Like I imagine there's some people here that found me through Stream Raiders. That's where we found Meemaw, and that's like a regular thing we watch every night now. Unless I'm streaming too late. I think they probably got me. What do y'all think? Okay, I can scoop here. That was a bazillion draws with no lands. So we'll call this. We'll call this and fire off our Stream Raiders battle. Boys and girls of YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in for another draft. Appreciate you watching. If you'd like to see the action live, including epic Stream Raiders battles, you can catch them at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. We're going to win this fight. I'm going to get some Lunchables. Chat, say goodbye to YouTube. We will catch y'all next time.